What's up, everybody? Thank you. What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to myself, your host, Raquel. And shout out to those watching me on Porch Talk YouTube, Racqi Road TV YouTube, and on Twitter. Shout out to those watching me on the replay. So, this is a hot topic. I actually seen this on my news feed yesterday on TikTok, and I'm like, okay, this is interesting. The lady is going in about women gatekeeping, womanhood, and periods, and all of this stuff. And okay, I thought it was interesting, right? But I kept on scrolling. But now I see it's a big old thing. I see it's a big to do. So I said, well, I used to do hot topics back in the day. Let's get back into the pan, baby, with the frying grease. Okay. So thank you for tuning in. We're about to review this video. As you can see, the original footage of the young lady who did it, or the individual who identifies as being a woman, which is actually a transgender, took down the video. So we're going to go with TGIF's review, and I'm sure that'll be even more fun anyway, because I got more to comment on, more to react to. You know what I'm saying? So, right after this, we going to get into it. If you're in here, get those likes up for me, please, please, please. Last time I checked, likes are free. They don't cost. They've never cost me. So if you can't like this video, I'm just gonna assume you don't like me at all. Okay, so just like it, because someone will see it that wants to see it, even if it's not you. And I appreciate you, love you for it. All right, let's get into this video. You know how it go.
All right. Social media went into an uproar after a transgender woman expressed that it's transphobic to attach menstruation and womanhood only to biologically cis women. Check this out.
The arrogance for cis women to believe that they own periods, that they own womanhood. You don't. Okay, you don't own periods, you don't own womanhood. You experience both, and both are different for every person. But as a cis woman, it doesn't belong to you.
All right, what are your thoughts, Al?
I don't really have a lot of thought on this one, Claudia. I feel like I'm trying to learn and I'm trying to respect trans women, trans rights, trans men. But I'm disconnected on this. I'm going to have to pass to you because I really am not understanding the argument. I feel like the definition of a trans woman is a woman who was assigned male at birth, right? Like
Yeah.
Help me out, Q, somebody. I need help on this one. I just don't know.
Q, what are your thoughts?
Busy women across America are changing their lives using the Kindle loophole. This
I really can't help much, to be honest with you. And I really don't want no parts of this conversation. This week has been very tense in the tensions between cis women and trans women. And it was just very emotionally draining for me being on the fringe of what is going on and what is being said. It's a lot. And the sad part, or the only conclusion that I've been able to draw this weekend is that I think tempers and tempers on both sides of the aisle need to cool down for a moment. Now, if I have to speak directly to what this young lady is saying, they do own the rights to period, sweetie. And I don't even think that that's something that most women are bragging about. I saw Tammy Rivera put in the comments, girl, if y'all want to have periods, y'all can have them or whatever. If they own the rights to womanhood, that's debatable depending on your interpretation of womanhood. Do you believe it's an innate birth thing, or do you think the act of womanhood is a social construct? It depends on this is where the waters get muddy. For me, I'm just backing out of it. I'm gonna mind my gay African-American business because it really has nothing to do with me. And I am too exhausted trying to be in the mix of something that I ain't got a dog in the fight.
So the first man that commented, I don't remember his name. Forgive me. I know, wasn't he married to Star Jones though at one time? But forgive me for not knowing his name. I'm just like him. What is the conversation about? I empathize and sympathize what trans humans feel like they might be in the wrong body or something like that. I don't discount their feelings. However, your makeup is your makeup. And as far as I know, has always been since we've been in existence this way. If you have a penis, you're a man. If you have a vagina, you're a woman. And you can change that however you want to. But if someone was to do a DNA test on you, if you were, God forbid, something happened to you, passed away, and you ended up on 2020 or some shit like that, when they do a DNA test, it's going to come back what you were assigned at birth genetically. So, I mean, we can argue that all day, but let's continue.
I was listening. I was in some Twitter spaces. I was reading as many comments as I could. I was trying to look at all the videos. Of course, I'm a friend of T.S. Madison's. I don't know this other transgender woman that was speaking. I did see a comment and a breakdown from Hope Giselle. Hope and I have had some conversations because there was some issues back in the day, and she was educating me in my DMs, and we got into it, but then it ended up being calm. And what I did to offer a solution was, look, don't fault me for not knowing all the lingo. Y'all don't even know the lingo. It's still developing. I invited 3 transgender women on my show in Dallas, a very conservative state, and we gave them a voice for 4 hours. And it was amazing on both sides. Hope you blocked me. I guess you don't like some of my takes. That's fine. I'm gonna give you your props. I think you verbalize it better than anyone I've seen online. She said, you know what? As a transgender woman, I can't speak on that. We don't have periods. We don't have uteruses. And you got to let natural born women have that. Cisgender, however she referred to us. And I appreciated that. I don't want my period either. This shit is annoying. And it's just, I feel like at this point we're splitting hairs. We're getting to a point where everyone's just getting so angry at things that we don't need to get angry at because it's kind of ridiculous. You're a transgender woman. You are not the same as a natural born woman. And that's why we say the word transgender before it. T.S. Madison and I had many conversations about this, and I loved our conversations. She said, I know who I am and what I am. I've taken from here and there, and this is how I feel. But she goes, I know I'll never be a woman in the, a natural born woman or whatever the word was we used. It's so confusing where woman's offensive now. How the fuck did the term woman get offensive? Why can't we define it anymore? It's getting weird around here, y'all. It's getting weird. And it's getting to a point where it makes women like me be afraid to voice my real feelings about things because how people want to just jump on every single word and you can't even have a real honest conversation anymore.
It might be getting weird to some people, and it's definitely interesting, but I'm going to tell you, it's not going to bother my spirit because I realize what's going on here is deeper. It's always something. It's division. And we're getting down to the nitty gritty, the hairs, like we're splitting wires on division at this point, like we're electricians. And I don't understand what that is about. Oh, I do understand. It's programming, it's engineering. But I think at some point we have to wake up because these are not arguments that we should be had. It's real things happening in the world. Seriously. I mean, my thing is, my general consensus is that we should have love, compassion, and empathy and respect for everyone until they give us a reason not to, as far as they respect. And, we can choose to distance ourselves. But we should, and with that being said too, if you want to put on a dress and add boobs and add a rear end or whatever you want to do, however you modify, or you want to take away your genitals, whatever you want to do, add genitals, that's fine. I can respect what a person wants to do as long as they're not hurting people, enforcing their self on people their way. Because we have to respect everybody's beliefs. But what we cannot do is we cannot nurture delusion. We cannot do that. We won't do that. Not here at Racqi Road TV. We not nurturing no delusion. I got all the compassion, understanding. I love you as my brothers and sisters, trans brothers and sisters. I love you in whatever way you come in, because at the end of the day, I'm the type of person, I just want to have a good time. So if you on that vibe, good time, I don't give a damn what you wrapped in. But at the same time, I cannot sit there and rock you to sleep on your delusion. I won't do that, because some things are debatable. But what's not debatable is genetics and DNA. It's not debatable. If you came in this world with a penis, you're a man, period. You might say now you can identify as trans woman, transgender woman, whatever, that's fine. But on paper, legally, without the delusion of changing it afterwards or whatever the hell they trying to do and letting people do, you are what you were born as. And that's just that. It's not up for debate. It's only up for debate people that just want to find something to be upset about and something to argue about. Then it might be up to debate for them. Because I really think a lot of this shit really is for clicks. I'm not lying, y'all. Like, I get on here and talk because I enjoy doing this. I enjoy connecting with people, but I don't necessarily just do stuff for clicks. This is a hot topic, so it makes sense to talk about it. But I ain't out here acting a fool and just pulling shit out my ass for people to click on my videos. But I believe it's a lot of people doing that. And I believe a lot of people are, like I said in my video on TikTok, should get awards for all the acting that they're doing, because they're doing a wonderful job, to the point where they're even convincing themselves of these lies. And it's got to stop. Or it doesn't, but I respect it. Just know that people are going to disagree, and we should be able to have a disagreement without being disrespectful to one another. And I see that now. We're damn near calling everybody we got this type of energy when we talking, and it's just not necessary. We can have a conversation, we can agree to disagree, and keep it moving.
And I'm sick of it. I will say this: transgender women.
You might have seen videos like this before.
I hate this commercial.
But here's the big secret. Anyone can make one of these videos.
I'm paying them.
We, as Black women, I think I must say this one thing. I feel some of us feel like a little betrayed about what this particular one said, not all. Because like I said, I love what Hope Giselle said. I love what T.S. Madison said. Because I feel like we've been the most supportive, right? And it's just like, why are we fighting with each other? Like we should not be fighting. We should actually be on the same side. And I don't like where it's going, but I do. The only thing I can speak of is we do own it, and it's nothing to want. Trust me, it's nothing to want. And we are all learning and trying to be respectful. But in our journey of us being respectful to the trans community, please give some back. It should be mutual, you guys. And it has not been mutual the last few days. It has been horrible. I've been hating what I've been seeing online from both sides, honestly. From both sides. It's been fucked up. And while the men are sitting by watching and like, look at these motherfuckers fighting. We told y'all not to accept them. And Black women are like, no, but I've seen so many different fights and arguments, and it's been terrible.
And see, that's the thing that bothers me, right? I think we should accept people. I do. I really do. What is wrong with because a person doesn't look like you or think like you can call it mental illness, whatever you want to say. But at the end of the day, like, people are all living the experience, and they're here. You can't shove them in the closet. You can't make them disappear. And I'm sure they are probably a blast. I know my LGBTQ friends be a blast. Okay. So I know they coming with some heat and some fire and some fun, but why do we have to throw the baby out with the bathwater? This is what I be talking about, the black and white stuff, and negating the gray area. I don't get it. And she's absolutely right. It's men or people, whatever. You shouldn't accept this. What the hell? What do you mean accept what? They're here. This is what's going on. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna put them on another island? Or how about we go live on an island since we're so self-righteous? How about we go get the hell on? I think that's what it is. I think you motherfuckers that have so much issues with everybody different than you don't understand their religions, you don't understand how they look, you don't, and because you don't understand it, it's the devil or something wrong with them, they mentally ill. Get your ass on the island with your perfect ass and be there. All of you people like that, be there. Because I don't have a problem with the people, but what I do have a problem with is delusion. If you came in this boy with a penis, you a man. If you came in here with a vagina, you a woman. Now, whatever you do, whatever after that, that's your business, and I respect it. I don't have no problem with it. All I ask is that you wash your ass. That's my biggest. Wash your ass and leave me the hell alone, and don't be hurting people. That's my only request. But outside of that, I could care less. Let's get back to it.
But you don't own periods. You don't own motherhood. You don't own that. Periods, I understand what the argument is that trans men have periods still that are not taking enough the hormones that make their period stop. So I get that argument. So they should be included. But why are we fighting about periods? Go ahead, Q. You want to say something else?
Yeah, I was going to say, well, two things. I think it would be worth it one day if we dedicated an entire show to this, have a professor of gender studies on, have trans people on, maybe even me and Al back out of the conversation, have another woman on, because this is a hot button topic that's going on right now. Right? But there was a question, and I'm approaching this from the way I deal with these racist people sometimes. I try to live in a space where I always protect my mental peace. And the question that I have for you, Claudia, and a lot of Black women out there who are so upset, I would just be curious to know, when you really sit down and you analyze what you're upset about, I'm just curious to know what you're truly upset about, because when it's all said and done, and I may be wrong, I don't think you guys have lost any rights, any liberties. I don't think that your life, your day-to-day life has changed in any way that's tangible or quantifiable by this discourse. I may be wrong, but I don't think on a day-to-day basis, y'all are running into issues with dicks in your bathroom. I don't think any of y'all have gone to the gynecologist and anybody has referred to your thing as a bonus hole. I don't think that a lot of these things that we're getting so upset about are actually happening on a day-to-day basis. And I don't know, hence why I'm asking.
It's actually kind of what you said, right? It's kind of ironic. It's men mansplaining to women how we should feel. Mm-hmm. You're telling us we haven't lost anything. You don't know that.
I'm asking. I'm asking.
I remember when I was on a reality show with KJ, I had several, when people were mad at something I said, I had several trans women in my thing telling me they're gonna take my man from me and I could fuck him better than you. Now that is not a reflection on the entire community. And I don't actually think I'm losing anything from a transgender woman. I happen to actually love I have a couple of transgender women that are my friends. I love them for them. I hate to do this with race, but I think it's the only way I can try to make people feel how some women might be feeling, okay? And I know I'm gonna get dragged for this, so I'm going in. I'm not gonna look at my comments the next few days.
Oh, the first day that we signed up for Monday.com, our department was already able to connect our...
When Rachel Dolezal came along and did her whole blackfish thing, did the whole thing and pretended to be a black, she felt that she was a black woman, right? And she moved in those spaces. Did I want her job? No, I didn't want her job. I didn't want anything she had, but it was irritating, right? So it irritated a lot of Black women. Black people were like, how dare you? You don't know how it really feels. You can put the braids in and color your skin and do the surface, the superficial things, but you're not a Black woman. I think it's a little bit similar, although I'm not comparing the history of Black people with trans. Please get that out of y'all's mind, not you guys. But please know that I'm not minimizing. I'm not doing that. But it kind of feels like that. That's the best way I can explain it. You know what I mean? And it's like, when we speak on it, we have transgender women, which were born male, telling us to shut, like, no, you don't have it right. And you don't own this, and you don't own the women experience. And it feels like you're still biologically male, telling us how we should feel. Let us vent. Let us feel. we are seeing our rights being, I think the timing also, it also coincides, I know we're going late, it coincides with us losing rights with abortion, losing rights with this, losing rights with that. And then on top of all of that, we have the saucy Santanas telling us we learned womanhood from y'all.
Now, have y'all ever noticed around the time it's time to start voting, a whole bunch of dumb shit starts coming to the forefront, like a whole bunch of stuff? You can't tell me this stuff is a coincidence. I'm just saying, you can't tell me. Now, to the period thing, y'all know y'all can't have no periods, but if you want mine, honey, I'm willing to donate it. Let's figure it out and let's plan it. Let's get it done. You can pay for it too, since you want it so bad. Go ahead and take it. Hell, with the Rachel Dolezal situation, I could care less about any of that. I honestly felt like, and call me crazy, you probably will, and I don't care, but I felt like in a way that was her strange way of showing adoration for Black people. And with that, I can get with. I mean, if she's delusional in her head, she wants to be Black, she wants to do whatever. That's on her. And two things can be true at once. I do acknowledge that no, she will never be Black and could never not understand the plight of Black people. But I think it's all in how we look at it. You know, we feel like for people to, you want to look like us, we'll take our struggle too. I mean, we could look like that because I could see where that's coming from. That is a thing. But at the same time, we can also look at things as compliments. I think, again, a lot of this stuff is perception, and we're getting our panties in a bunch about a bunch of dumb stuff that's irrelevant. And I feel like these conversations that we allow ourselves to get pulled into that we shouldn't be getting pulled into. How about we try to figure out how to get along? I really think at this point we're looking for stuff not to get along, even if it's programming, even if it's a conspiracy behind our backs. We still have to bite into it for it to work. And it's just like, do y'all want to get along or not? You gotta ask yourself that question. Like, do I just want to get pissed off, or I want everything to pull me in? You know, and maybe that's just, I guess that comes with really just getting in tune with yourself and the spirit and stuff like that. But I just can't allow to be pulled into everything. And we need to change the way we look at things. But yeah, I definitely see where she's trying to come from when she's using the race example, because what else would she use? But she acknowledges it's not the same. And so I get it.
We have men that are, I don't think he's not transgender, telling us about what we started. And it's frustrating because we're also torn because a lot of us have love. A lot of the transgender women are our sons, our daughters, our sisters, you know what I mean? So it's like a very complicated thing where we're like, I feel, no, but I love her. I don't want you guys to be mean to her and you know, toxic men to be mean to them. But can we find that happy medium where we're allowed to feel a way and not told to shut the fuck up? You don't know what you're doing and what you're feeling, and you don't own womanhood. It's unbelievable how it feels. And I don't know if I'm doing a good job of vocalizing this, because I didn't put anything aside. I wasn't really like, I didn't prepare a speech. I'm just speaking from the heart, y'all. If I could, that's the closest thing I can say to how it may feel for some women. You know, I don't know.
So
go ahead, tear me a new one.
No, that helped me understand it. The comparison you drew did help me understand, but we got to go to commercial.
But I don't think any trans women are taking anything from me. But a lot of things are being taken from women as we speak.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that was something. So y'all know what it is. Don't y'all think this is a bit much? I think it's a bit much. I hate to sound so typical, but it just seems like a distraction. You know what I'm saying? It does. It seems like a distraction. I don't know. Well, drop it in the comments. Let me know what you're thinking. Give me your feedback. And I appreciate y'all. Again, I appreciate you if you're watching me from RRP Media or Porch Talk. That's the title of it. But at Porch Talk YouTube channel, or Racqi Road TV. That's RACQI Road TV YouTube channel, or my Twitter page. I love you all. Please make sure you subscribe. Hit them likes up. Get them likes going through the roof. Share. Thanks for those catching it on the replay. I appreciate you. And you know what? I'm out of here. Hey, you, let's keep in touch. Head on over to RacqiRoadTV.com/network and make sure you subscribe to my weekly newsletter. That way we can keep in touch no matter what. You see it right here. You enter your email, first name, last name, and hit subscribe. And if you're interested in being on the Black Love Group Chat panel or on Candid Stories of My Soul, fill out this Contact Us form. And don't forget to subscribe to my Racqi Road TV YouTube channel. Thank you.